drugs are our major problem right now in our community. So for the last 20 years, I've been working for Oconto County. I've seen drugs go from the street level where we were finding marijuana and paraphernalia in cars. I watched it graduate into marijuana and pills, and I watched it graduate into, from there, to heroin and methamphetamine, and those are the problems that we're facing right now. So how does that link into crime? What ends up happening is that people will, to obtain funding for their substance abuse or substance misuse issues that they have, they'll go and they'll commit a burglary. And what's happening currently is we'll catch them on a burglary type situation, and when we take them through the court system and that type of thing on the burglary charge, they will then be dealt with as a burglar. So they aren't going to see any substance abuse counseling and that type of thing. And when they get out of jail or out of prison, they're going to come back and the rate of recidivism will remain high because they haven't been fixed. So the underlying issue is the substance misuse or the drug issue, and they're doing a property crime to foster that drug misuse situation. And when we have a person that isn't being helped on that end, I think what happens is that again the rate of recidivism will remain high. So to combat that, we need to create a situation where we can have an intensive program for them within our jail and within our facility. So we have to identify the property crime end of things. Well, is it a substance abuse issue or not? And when we can agree that it is a substance abuse or misuse issue, what we'll end up doing is we'll take the person and put them into a diversion court, a drug court, so to speak. And when you can put them into an intensive court that will solve that substance abuse issue and get them right and heal them, I think what you're going to end up with is a person then that will get out of that program and be, instead of choosing drugs over here, they'll choose family and work over here.
From a criminal aspect, you know, I certainly think the drugs in our community, as well as the related crimes, are clearly the issue. From a day-to-day, what I read, in terms of the incidents that are occurring throughout the previous 24-hour period, we have a lot of property crime that is related to the drugs. And it seems like that those trends are increasing, so certainly that's of a concern. But in a very close second, for us is the internet and the technology-related crimes that are occurring. In fact, I just had a conversation with a gentleman yesterday that was nearly scammed on the internet as a result of sort of a fake clearinghouse sort of scam where he almost sent a check in that you know, certainly would have been a bad thing for him. But you know, we have internet crimes against children and all of these sorts of criminal activity that is occurring from a technology-based standpoint. People are perpetuating crimes on their phones and on their computers and things like that, and the victims are right here in our community. So we need to certainly get a handle on that, and for the most part, you know, law enforcement agencies are struggling with that because now we have a whole different set of expertise, which includes the electronic devices, and within the sheriff's office, we need to completely develop that, both from how we investigate, who takes care of the forensics with regard to that, you know, how we store the electronic evidence and things like that. So we're working through those processes right now, but that is a very close second to our drug issues.